Good morning, students. Myself, Professor Neha. Today we'll be starting the chapter that is Educational Administration Practices, which says about the teachers, total quality management, and Six Sigma. Today we'll be learning these 2 points. Now, previously moving into like going into this chapter, previously whatever we have been discussed into the last section, that will be summarizing into the some few concepts related. So then afterwards we can go ahead because it was a time lapping. So that is on that particular period of time. So the thing is what at least what we recall those points. So at least what we'll be getting a clear cut idea about it, that what which subject we are into particularly and exactly what the subject is supposed to tell. Now we have started into the last session. The subject was Education Administration Management, where you have learned the meaning of education, you have learned the meaning of administration, you have learned the meaning of management, and how this all three words come together and develop certain new principles, strategies, new things related to how the education is given very much importance to the administration, because without of an administration and management, the educations cannot work properly. So into the first session we have been learned with the help of the introduction of education, administrations and management. Then afterwards we went with the constitution. So on that part of constitutions that we have been said that how the thing is what right to an education, this one word, okay, how the thing is in the constitution has been came into the constitution, why the right to education is given very much importance, that each and every people should get a proper way of education. Then into when the constitution was built, when the thing is what we got it independence, after the independence the Republic Day was celebrated, because on that time the constitution was built. And into that constitution there were certain type of rights, okay, right to freedom, right of equality, right of fraternity, right of education. This all different rights has been set up. Now into this particularly, into this particular subject, so why the thing is what we are learning this subject, so at least what means how the importance is given in education. Education is given why this much very much importance to the particular way of that how the people will be getting more and more education. So that is why the thing is the constitution has given a priorities for this. So constitution has built the right to education, and into this we have even discussed into the last session that we have even seen about it. There was a different rights about the people who are into the private sectors, the people who are into the public sectors, and then afterwards how the private sectors and public sectors related schools, institutions, whenever any kind of college want to set up. So on that time certain rules constitution has built, and then afterwards the thing is what the children was supposed to give the education. Then afterwards the thing is what once we got this type of way of right to education related certain articles which was meant during the constitution when it was prepared. But the thing is what the priorities was not given much, because the thing is what, because poverty, there was the poverty, there was unemployment, the people was not education, the people was not supposed to send the students, the parents should not send the students to the school and all, because that much very lacking process was there relating to giving an education to the children. So then afterwards the government thought about it to start up with the different types of certain techniques where free way of education is to be given. So on that time, free education, how the fees was not there, fees was less. Certain schools where government schools started developing their schools. So on that time, government schools started giving food also, even books, bags, uniforms and all. That also we have been discussed into the last session. Means for this at least they'll come up with the new ideas, and even the thing is what the parents will be also sending their children. So there were certain articles, and with the help of that particular articles, the thing is what it was given a priorities to the education related by the children. Now, even the thing is what even a government started set upping with the help of an Anglo-Indians. Okay, even their priority was also given, that if the people who are not from Indians, but if they are from some certain other country, it was given a priority to come up with their educations, and they can come and they can complete their education. Means this whole part was given related to an education. Now, once we have been completed with the constitutions, we have been learned with the help of leadership rights. I hope you might be knowing that thing, that leadership, what is leadership? How the thing is what the quality it has been developed with the help of bureaucratic, autocratic, laziest. These three different types of an way of these three different types of leadership what we have been learned. That to maintain. First, we have been learned with the help of introduction. Second, we have been learned with the help of the rights, what it has been there. Third, we have been learned about the leadership, means how this type of, where all the things were set up, but how the thing is this will be set up and it will be stable for the longer period of time because of the administration. So that is why into the administrations there is the managers who are the head of the person, and from to this the thing is what the work it has been segregated, the work it has been given to each and every people, and through with the help of each and every people finally the work it has been completed. So that is why we have been even learn this subject, learn this chapter also into the last session, that was the leadership. What was the leadership, why the leadership was there, what are the different qualities of leadership, why the leadership was given a major priorities to this. Even we have been learn about what are the bureaucratic, what are autocratics, what are democratic, even who are the laziest. These are the 3 to 4 different types of the people where you can see about it, the leadership quality, where the thing is what autocratic, where it has been the he himself gives the decisions and all, because he himself thinks about it that I am boss. Second part, when bureaucratic related and democratic related, here the thing is the boss is only given a freedom to the people to come up with their new ideas, to discuss about it, and then afterwards we can be a decision making process. And laziest, it is what the totally it is depend on the others. And once and means here the thing is what the time it is lacking more and more when it is in the laziest way, because they don't give the ideas which are fastly, which you can move ahead into certain new different dimension, and then afterwards you can take a decision. So that is these are the 3 different types of it where this type of leadership it has been seen, and even the managers are been also been seen. And through this help of managers, the thing is what the administration work. So that is why this administration related also chapter and even related to concept it has been discussed into this session. Now, as into the last lectures, what we have been learned the functions of the administrative supervisions, where you have been seen how the administrator, who are an administrator, who supervise each and every concept, and through the supervising each and every concept, he gives the decisions, he pass on the decisions, and even certain leadership quality what he is having out. Leadership, it is what here to guide the people. Leadership means what here when you guide the people where to do certain work and to do certain task. So that is why that leadership way of concept which has been already treated into this part of a supervision way. So into the last we have been even learn about how the supervision it has been conducted and inspection how it has been conducted, and through with the help of this all mixture the administration management go ahead with the certain new dimensions related, and through with the help of the dimensions related the education, how the education system has been prepared, the education system has been formed, and through this system when it has been formed, it has been prepared, so new techniques, new strategies are being developed, and then afterwards the thing is what the certain things are being made into the proper way. Now here when related to the supervision also each and everything was done, when how the supervision was done, that inspecting those books, inspecting those data and all, and even we have been discussed that even government has been when he is been passing certain the government when he is giving certain uniform, certain books, it has been given to the children. So on that time it's a duty of administrators where to maintain those books, because whenever the government guys come, whenever the government people comes to inspect those tests, this type of it one means when from the UGC it is coming out, or when certain kind of education ministry the people have been coming out. So on that time the account should be maintained different, and through this when it is the account maintained it has been different, it has been properly, it has been inspected, it has been supervised that whether this type of administrators and whether this type of different points are being properly inspected or not, and even how it has been calculated or not. So this was a different type of system which was already calculated, and through this way of calculations we got an idea about it, to know about it how the thing is the education is given a priorities, and how the administrator, because here the subject it is what education, administration and management. So here the thing is what how the education is given a priority, importance also you will be learn. Second part the thing is how education system develops through management, because through if the administration works properly, if the administrations maintain all data, maintain all books and all properly, so ultimately there won't be any kind of problems related to the educations, and for the children also to know about certain things, and even the thing is what they can run smoothly. So now I hope we have been brushed out with the all four different type of different chapters also, and we have even got about it the idea that how the chapter it is going on and how it has been moving with the different part of concept, with the different part of ideas and all. Now today what we'll be learning about it, that is called education, administration and practice. The word says about it how the practice it is being done by the education administration. Now here the chapter usually says about the word, you can see this, that is called a TQM, that is total quality management. Okay, and even you will be learning about Six Sigma. These are the two different concepts what you will be learning. Now means as you are completed with all different type of stuff when related to the education, so how it has been given a grading, because if your each and every system of administration, if it has been working properly, if it is working smoothly, so on that time certain type of grading systems are being given, that is comes into total quality management. There they check about it whether the thing is what the institution what they are running about it, does each and every facilities are being given to it, and does it has been completed by all priorities or not. Second part, if there is any kind of barriers, so how the people, how the administrative guide like as they see this those kind of barriers and how they come up with the new ideas, and that part the thing is what that is called a total quality management. We'll go ahead with the internal depth. Your total quality, when I'm saying about it here, each and every systems are being checked from the thing is from the teachers, from the peon, from the clerk, whoever the people who are working into the schools or college or any part of institution, it has been checked about this by this. Then afterwards certain grading it has been given. I hope you might be knowing with IOSAIR 9000 what is the marking it is, means that is what where they check about it that how you are, how the people you are, how you're dealing with the help of the certain kind of product related, and does the product is having any kind of difficulties or not, and if there is any kind of difficulties, so how these difficulties are being solved, means. And finally the thing is what that certain grading system it has been given, and each stage like 9000 onwards it has been started. So from means the grading, it is one type of certificate type of course, it is one type of it, means where you're giving a grading system to the certain particular kind of activity or any part of institution. So this is an important also into the education, because which from this the thing is what it shows the good priorities and good impression in the front of the people also there, where the educations are given an importance, and even certain type of benefits are also given for the children, and which makes a total each and every parts of management, means you're not even related with teachers, but even the management system is also being checked, and even the administrative guys, the way of talking, the way of representing, and finally the thing is what with the help of that part of it, the thing is the grading are been given. So this just I have given the highlight of the points what we'll be learning about it. We'll be seeing in different principles how the thing is the total quality management related principle it is being checked, and how through which the thing is once they are following those principles, so finally we are getting out one type of way of principles to follow all the thing, and finally once this type of management system it has been checked here, so what are types of grading it has been given. We'll be also seeing about what is IOSAI 9000, 9001, 9002. You might be knowing that into certain kind of product, once the thing is what the goods are been good if they are proper, so ultimately certain stamp are been given, so that stamp shows a certification that this product is true and fair way, where the thing is no barriers, no complaints and no grievances are being given to it, and finally there is no other queries also when you use certain kind of product, because this is a proper way of certifications where they do the total way of total quality management, where they see about how the product have been prepared, so that production management how they do. So the same how the production quality it is being checked here. So here the thing is what this type of total quality management is also been done. But here the thing is what into this the teachers are also been even into this part of system, the teachers are also been seen, because if the teachers are lacking with certain kind of knowledge, certain kind of skills, certain kind of experience, so on that time through this part of system and doing this part of management skills, so on that time the teachers whatever the doubts are there, whatever the points are there, whatever the complaints are there, so here with what we can solve it out. So that is why, and through this part of system only they'll be giving a certain part of grading, and through this grading only the thing is what further ahead we can move up with the new ideas, with the new concept, with the new strategies. And through this, if you're totally, if it has been proper, and once the thing is it has been IOSide with certain markings and all, so ultimately it will be given a good priorities to that part of it. And as it is given a good priorities and good way of showing the good impression, as if it has been showing out, the people will be having the attraction more and more, and finally they'll be having the more and more attachment. So this was a small elaboration, certain kind of summary you can say about it, what we'll be discussing today, so that we have been learning today. So now the theme means it is what the main concept of this chapter, where I have used the education administrative practicing, means what type of practicing you have been done in education administration. Now turning great teachers to the great administrators with TQM. So here where teachers and even the administrator, that both mixtures, and with the help of the both mixtures to see about the performance, and as you see with the help of the performance through total quality management, that how this thing is, certain points have been given, certain way are being given to, certain barriers are being checked, and finally through this type of system, finally the administrators and even the teachers, they come up with the ideas, and finally the thing is they set up with the easiest point. The main course, the main theme of the chapter is this only. We'll go ahead with the next point, because as we'll go ahead with the next point, you'll be getting a clear-cut idea that what are the different type of TQM system. Now, here the course objectives. Now, the course objectives means the thing is, what are the objectives of like as this chapter it is with, the main objective of the chapter is what? This program focuses on total quality assurance and managing the organization changes through TQM and its applications in the school setting. Now already into the school setting, this part of system it has been already there. There they check the quality assurance, okay, and managing the organization changes. If through TQM system, if this part into school setting, okay, into the school setting system, they have this part of management that is called a total quality management, through which they check the quality assurance. And even the thing is, if they want come up with the new ideas and all, come up with the new strategies and all, that is why the thing is what this type of objectives it is being built, that is called the TQM. To provide and equip participants with a better understanding of TQM and its practices. So here the thing is what kind of people they require, where they have the knowledge of TQM, and where the thing is the people have already done the practicing relating to this particular thing, and they can have major involvement. To adopt TQM principles and practices to ensure best quality delivered to the customer. Now here, why this type of principle it has been built? So at least what through the customer, at least they can view out, they can give up with the new ideas, and through which they can have more and more traction related to different type of strategies. To use the quantitative methods to continue improve organization process, product and services. Now here, this quantitative method, they have been using certain way of algebraic terms, certain way of solutions, they give an idea, and through with this type of an idea, do with the techniques and all, through Delphi techniques and all, then afterwards the nominal techniques. These are the different types of techniques, through having a talk and all, finally through this part of it, the thing is what the organization they can improve, and finally the thing is what with the help of this, the product and the services will be also given a certain part of new dimension. Now here, what is TQM? Okay, what is TQM? Total, it is here I have been bifurcated, okay, by the author. Either thing is what here the words it has been bifurcated, and how this three words come up and mixture, finally they give the certain kind of the word that is called a TQM. That is total, that is everyone is involved in it. Total means what each and every people are involved into this part of system. Quality, that is called continuously improving the services to the customer. Okay, quality, it is what continuous improvement means here when the quality it is being checked here. So quality means each and every time the thing is what you need to give a new way of dimensions and new way of improvements to the customer. So at least with the help of this, the customer will be having the attraction more and more. Management with data and profound the knowledge. Now your management, it is what the person who provides the data, and even the thing is through this part of it, they give the knowledge also that how to run with this. Now you can say, you can mix with the help of these three things, that is called a total quality management, where each and every peoples are involved. It's a one type of continuous process, because quality, it is what the what quality you have been kept right now, you can't keep for the longer period of time. So that is why to run into certain part of competitive way of behaving, so on that time, the thing is what you need to have a continue way of performance changes, and through which part the thing is what you can change the quality also. As this two part it has been said, the management, it has been performed where you collect the data, and through which the data, the thing is the knowledge are being also been given to that particular things, and through which part the thing is what this part of management, it has been covered. This part of through managemental system, it has been covered, and finally we get the word that is called a TQM. The main objectives of this, it is what, it's a school setting where it is into a school setting where quality, it has been assured, and even if there is any part of changes, it has been done through this part of total quality management system. So that is why this part of system, it has been given into the total quality management, through which the thing is what best quality can be given a major and major assurance. We'll go ahead with the next point. Now, the course content, okay, what are the major course, means when we are telling about total quality management, so what are the, into the total quality management, what are things, what it has been involved? Quality assurance and managing the organized changes, what we have been learned previously into the points when we was learning with the objectives. The main thing will be what, quality assurance, and second part will be what, organization, if there is any part of changes. The main concept of this chapter will be this only. So TQM and its application to the school setting. Now when related to this part of it, where it has been seen, now here we are seeing into the school setting way of system, where you can see TQM and other applications in the school setting, it is being seen here. Tools and techniques for the total quality management. Here you will be also getting certain tools, certain way of techniques, and through which part of tools and techniques, the thing is what, this part of total quality management related, it has given the major and major impact. Steps in the TQM implementation, building the dream school. As this part of system, it has been going properly. If you see a new quality, new way of different type of system changes, new way of organization changes, certain new way of strategies as it has been developed. So that according to that part of it, we can prepare a step for a TQM implementation, which you can build according to that part of it. You can build a dream the school, because this not that has been there, that is not this has been there. So that is why this type of system is also being seen. Advanced standard for quality school system, obviously, because as this steps it has been implemented, so on that time the thing is what, advanced building of school, if this is there or that is not there, if this is there, so if that is not there, so finally let us build up that thing. So this you can come up. Introducing ISO 9001 International Quality Assurance and Lean Six Sigma. Okay, this type of is also been there. You introduced into this part of it, where you see the standard of the quality, and even the thing is what you learn with the help of Six Sigma, that how through which part of it you can give up with, you can come up with the new ideas. So the course content, means the particularly the chapter content related to this particular about it. So ultimately through this part of system you can develop the quality, and through that part of quality the thing is what, you can start developing the advanced school, and through this type of advanced schools you can give ahead with the new way of you can cultivate a new way of standards to this particular way of education system. Okay, and through even the thing is what, administrative system is also been developed. Now, here quality assurance and organization changes. Now, already first point what we have been learned, that was the first assurance, and second part are changes. Now, quality plays an important major role in today's organization environment. This is a major thing, because if into a current way of environment and into current way of environmental management, means you can say whenever you're working into any part of organization. So the major importance, it is water quality. If the quality is good, means when I'm telling about the quality, not related to only for the infra, it is related with the people, it is related with the other part of system, even it has been related with the administrative departments, even the thing is what, it is even developed with the help of an atmosphere. So here when quality related it has been given, so when we are telling about the quality, so the major impact in today's organization, it is called an environment, where you can see each and everything, and through which this part, the thing is what, you can see the quality. Now, the thing, understanding the customer needs and monitoring the process and variations to the safeguard customer from receiving a defect in the key of assured quality delivered to the customer. Now, your when I'm telling about the quality, the thing is what, the priority, it will be what a customer needs. If customer needs and wants are being fulfilled, the quality is also being seen when the product and the services are also been given to that part of it. So on that time, the customer wants and needs are been fulfilled. When a child is going to the particular way of school, so on that type of it, when he is going to that particular way of it, so on that time he is seeing about it the quality, where his wants, his needs are being fulfilled. So because of this, finally the thing is what, the quality, it is being checked here. So here it is a needs and monitoring the process. Here it is what, whatever the needs and the monitoring the process, how the process have been going on. The variation of safeguarding customer, if what are types of different way of variations you're giving to the customer, through which at least what the customer have that part of interaction from receiving the defect in the key of assuring the quality delivered to the customer. If there is any kind of defect relating to the producing the quality way as they are delivering, so if there is any kind of, so how they safeguard those type of particular way of points. So that is being seen, that is called a customer needs. When I am telling about the quality, so quality measures currently run nowadays with the help of an environment. But second part, it is what, when I'm telling about the environment, so here you need to fulfill the customer needs and wants. If the customer needs and wants are being fulfilled, so ultimately the thing is the quality will be also assured according to that part of it, and have the more and more interactions relating to that particular way of system. So you can see about it, this is the first important when I'm using the word quality assurance and organization changes. Your first point when it is being seen about it into this content, so first you need to see about the customer needs. If the customer needs are fulfilled, so ultimately their wants and needs have been also been proper, and according to this the system can go ahead. Now here, when we are using the word total quality management, what is the definition? I have given the two definition system, and through this two definition systems you will be getting about it, that how the, what is the total quality management. The total quality management, that is TQ, QM or TQM. Now you can see here there are certain way of algebraic way of equations. It has been given about it. When I'm telling about TQM, the word it says about three things. TQM. If I say this is equals to this, even the thing is what, I can say this is equals to this. So finally the thing is the Q, it has been saved. So finally I can say TMM. Means I can say total, that is called a TQM. So you can say, and Six Sigma are a sweeping cultural changes, efforts to position or company for a greater customer satisfaction, profitability and competitiveness. Okay, the first point it is saying the TQM and a Six Sigma. These are the two different type of concept where it has been sweeping, okay, through which it has been sweeping the cultural changes of changing efforts, the position of a company, organization, customer satisfaction, profitability, and second part it is what a competitiveness. Means this, with the help of this three different type of mixture, the total quality management, second Six Sigma, these are the two different type of mixture through which the thing is what the organizations can give the proper way of assurance and come up with the new ideas through profitability, through competitiveness, through customer satisfaction. So that is why that is called a TQM. Now it may be also defined managing the entire organization so that it excels on all the dimension of the product and service that are important to the customer. What we have been learned the first point, management is the same thing. Your TQM, it is what you're managing the organization. You're properly or managing an organization. What is a TQM? Where you're managing the organization through which you can exceed all dimensions. You can exceed, mean you can go out with all the dimension, and through this dimension, the products and the services are given an importance to the customers to run out and come up with the new part of an idea. So that is why this is one type of concept that has been said about, which is called a TQM, that is with the help of total quality management. Now, TQM and application in the school setting. Now, first point we have been learned with the quality assurance and organization changes. The second point it says about it, the application of school setting. When it is being said application of school setting, what is it? The concept formulated by TQM founders has been suggested at the basic for achieving the excellence in the school. Why this type of standard it has been developed? Where the thing is what the school excellence, the school developments can be done. So that is why this part of TQM's management it has been developed. It is based on assumptions the people wants to do their best, and its management job to enable them to do so by constantly improving the system in which they work. So here the thing is what, when excellence related to school, when means developing the schools, and where the thing is what, you're showing the certain kind of achievements into the school. So that is why for that part of it achievement, the thing is what, it based on the people wants to do their best, and it's their management. So here it is what, why this part of system it is being seen about it, where the people can do their best. Second part, and through with this part of it best, they can develop their management and enables them to do the constant way of improvement. And through that part of system, finally they can do the constant way of improvement in which they work, in which they particularly they work into this part, and finally they come up with their new idea. So that is why this part of it assurance it has been done by the school setting. The major importance where school setting system it has been developed. So on that time it is given the assumption of the people, where they can assume the people how they want, how the needs are being there, and through this part they can come with the best part of management, and through this the thing is what, they can complete, they can come up, they can do their jobs properly, and they can do the constant improvement into their system, which they can work to the longer period of time. School leaders are finding that TQM and principles can provide improvement in schools through the mutual cooperations of everyone to produce the service and product which exceeds the needs and expectation of a customer. Now here, when we are telling about the school setting, so on that time they have the principles, and they have the principles that to develop the certain kind of different type of challenges, different type of way of strategies, and through this part of it they can produce the service and product with the exceed of a needs and expectation of a customer. Means they can go according to their customer needs and want. That is why this part of TQM system which is being a setting into the school, they can, it's a certain part of mutual way of cooperation with where they come up with their ideas, and finally through this part of it ideas they can do proper way of settings. Diamond philosophy provides a framework that can integrated many positive development in education, such as term teaching, site-based management, cooperative learnings, and customer-based education. Means here, when this part of setting it is being done, so on that time the school will be seeing where they will be having the positive development into education, learning, development of knowledge, next set of based of managemental cooperative learning, okay, and then afterwards outcome based of education, where they can come up with the all sort of ideas. Means you can see this certain part of development which you can have the major impact relating to this part of managemental system. So that is why nowadays this part of TQM principles, TQM managements related, where they can come up with the new ideas, and finally through which this part the thing is what, the education, the term of teaching, then afterwards the based on management, cooperative learning, and out-based learning. This all systems related, at least what they'll be seeing a different part of changes, and through this different part of changes the schools can set up with the excellence, and through this part of their excellence where it will be showing the good way of total quality management systems, and through which the thing is what, their needs and expectations are being completed. So that is why these are the different part of principles. Total quality comprise the two major sides of quality management, that is soft and hard sides. Here when it has been checked, when the total quality management system it has been checked, so it has been checked by the help of two sides, soft side and hard side. Soft side, that is what? Comprising 9 principles in quality way of applications. Now into this soft side, when it is one, you have a 9 principles where the thing is what? Quality management applications, when only quality related it has been checked. Hard side, it is tools and technique practices into the TQM. Means here you have a second, that is called hard sides are total and tools and technique practices in TQM. So here two way of dimension. First, it is what? A soft way, means you can say a normal way of theoretical base where you will be getting a knowledge. But here when hard side it has been checked, so certain way of algebraic term, certain way of new probability systems, or certain way of where you are using this part of tabulations or any kind of graph on that time, and through that part of system finally the thing is what? The total quality management it has been checked. So here you have a two way of major system where the qualities are being checked through soft sides and even for the hard sides. So nowadays into the education system, these are the two different dimensions, and through which two different dimensions the quality it has been assured. Now, here when the soft sides of a TQM results are identifying the 9 principles found in the total quality. Now, usually when it has been seen a soft side first we have been seen, so one type of theoretical ways. You have a 9 principles. Now, into this 9 principles, you can check about it. You have a first, that is called total employee involvement, where we are seeing about the total quality management system, where we are seeing about the quality of the people. So first we have a two dimension, we have a soft, we have a hard. Now first, when we are moving into when we are seeing about the excellence of the education, first we'll be going with the soft side. The soft side says about first, where total employee involved. When I'm seeing about TQM, so on that time total employment involvement should be there, each and every people involvement will be there. Continuous improvement, obviously, where you are seeing, because where if you want to have this part of grading system and if you want to give that part of certificate, so ultimately you require a continuous way of improvement, different way of sources. Continue training, where you needs to give for the teachers, for the other administrative, other management, different types of training. Through with that type of training, they can come up with the new ideas, and through that part of knowledge, they can have certain kind of new solution. Teamwork, that is important, where each and every people are being involved, where it is the people are not working in group, they'll work into team, where each and every work it has been bifurcated, and through each and every peoples are given this part of bifurcation, and finally through that part of it they come with the ideas, and then afterwards they can have that part of the sources. Empowerment, here more and more empowerment should be given to that particular way, where you can motivate the peoples and finally they can do this part of thing. Top management, commitments and support, that is important, because where quality it has been given and excellence and quality support it has been given, so where top management should be involved. Second part, commitments, obviously, because when quality related it has been seen, and when you are certifying to this particular thing, so ultimately commitment is also an important. Next, support, because as you have a teamwork and it's a continuous process, so all people support, so it has been required. Okay. Democratic managemental style, here democratic way of managemental style means here it is given a freedom for each and every people, so you can come up with the ideas, and through that part of ideas we can come up with. Already we have been said democratic managemental style, where it is given a freedom for people to come up with the ideas. Customer citizen satisfaction, that is important. Both the customer and even other people should also satisfied with whatever the management related it is given in a short, so that part of it should be there. Last, cultural changes. Okay, the people who are being staying, who are being belonged to each and everyone, so ultimately their changes should be also there, because through this part of changes they can come up with the ideas and new solutions, certain strategies, and through which the thing is the quality management can be also developed with the ideas. So this is one type of soft skill, where the thing is what this all part of particular 9 concept, what it has been seen into the soft side, through which you can develop the total quality management. Now, when I'm telling about the hard sides, now hard sides it is what, when we want to develop the quality management through the hard sides to certain part of logical algebraical term. Here you're using a tools. What are types of tools you're using? First, it is what are techniques. Okay, certain techniques are there, certain way of guiding system will be there, and through way of guiding system finally you can do. Now here when I'm telling about it, it covers, when I'm telling about TQM, it covers plan, do, check and act. These are the four different types of concept when it has been said about the hard way of side of TQM. You need to plan, you need to do, as you plan you do, second you need to check, as you check finally you act according to that way. So this is one type of harder way of system. Now here when we are going with the help of the practically tools, so first it is what are techniques. You have a tools and systems, you have a computer, and through that part of computers you have a software through which you changes. Statistical process, where through frequency you measure, you mean, median, mode, average, where you calculate it. Even IOSI 9000 series, even through which this type of process, it has been checked, and through this type of process finally you get a certificate through this part of it. Petroi analyze, matrix diagram, histogram, tree decision diagram, critical paths analyzing, fish bones or ishquaus. Okay, this both are philosophy and set of the managemental guidance principles of managing an organization. Now here through this part of different part of system, I've already said there is a graph, there is a bar diagram, through figures, through calculations, through mathematical terms, through different type of softwares you're building, and through that part of all part of implements and critical analyzing, the tree decision diagram, certain graphs, certain charts, and that is all comes into the tools and techniques. And through this part of tools and techniques, this is the harder part of quality management, and through this part of it, the thing is what you can develop the education institutions, and you can even set up the education administrator also. So that is why here to develop TQM you have a two, that is the harder and the softer part. The software, it is only just the theoretical base, but when related to the harder part, it is a practical zone, and through which of the practical zone finally the thing is what new way of ideas you will be getting, and through way this part of ideas you can develop this part of ideas into that part of it, and you can develop the quality management, you can assure according to that part of quality. So this has been also been checked into harder and a softer side. No. Here when TQM and application to the school setting, now what are the benefits? Now already we have been learned with the hard and the softer side. We got to know the clear-cut idea about how the quality measurement, how the quality it has been seen about it, quality system and quality management, how it has been developed through the harder and softer way of side, and through that particular side you can see the development. Now here, what are the benefits? Benefits means what are the advantages of doing this part of TQM school setting? What are the benefits you get? Participants will gain their following with the completing the other program, to understand the customer needs and to be a part of team in the total organization approach, responsible for the quality. And okay, here why we do this part of it, here you get a benefit where the customer needs and wants will be checked through this particular way of side, through hard and the softer way of skills. Finally the thing is what, you get a customer needs and wants, and according to that part of it you can be a organizational part through it, and you can, it is a you will from this part of only quality will be responsible for this part of changes also. So that is why through this part you can get the needs and wants also of a customer, through which the organization approaches will be also been clear. To get the knowledge, to use the quantitative methods to continuous improvement organization process, product and services. Now here, through quantitative way of methods means the second part of harder way of system, and through that part of system, and through with the help of the first harder and softer way of part of system, way of site, through this part of system finally you can mix it out, and finally the thing is that it's through this part of it you can show a continuous way of improvement, a continuous way of development, and through that part the thing is what, the product and the service will be also involved more and more, and through that part of it will be having more and more process what it will be checked. So that is why this part of system where it has been even seen about the school setting. So that is why this benefits you get it when you do with the help of this part of system. Now, what does the word quality means to you? Okay, means this was there when a quality, what exactly the quality means. It is satisfying the customer. Why the thing is the word quality, it has been seen here to satisfy the customer. First, mean the exceeds, and third, makes you happy. First, the thing it has been exceed, and finally the thing is what, the third part, you get a happy. Now your quality, now usually into different century, this we are going for the history type, so on that time you will be getting that how the quality word has been came, and through which the thing is what, and each and every century the word quality has given a different move, different changes. Now first in 19th century just meeting customer requirements, because on that time there was not a computer. So like when related to quality, here it is what, in the 19th century customer needs requirement, how customer wants, so according to that part of it you are showing a quality. When it is coming to the 20th century, that is exceeding the customer expectation. Now here through 20th century the customer wants and needs are being changed. So here we are coming of that kind of quality that customer will be preferring this, the customer will be preferring that the single expectations will be there. 21st century, delight your customer. Here it is what you need to delight. That means you need to think about more what customer wants and how the customer think about it, about this particular, means here now you can say we are into 21st century, we think about it that this type of product will be coming. So on that part of it, the thing is what, the organization will be also thinking about it that let us come with this part of new different type of product where people will be given, through this the people expectation will be also changes, and through that part of it they'll be seeing about it that what changes it was, we were not even expected, means unexpected things will be happen, and through this thing the thing is what, the quality will be also being given and changes to this, means you can see when quality it is being seen. So here we are thinking about to show a different into each and every century, each and every tips we have been seen about a different type of changes to that part of quality word, and through this part of quality word the thing is what, different type of movements, different type of dimensions what it has been covered up, and through this part of covering up the thing is what, the management system has been also been developed through this part of quality. Now here there are certain steps which you can build your school through this type of total quality management system, and through which the thing is what, you can develop your dream, you can dream your school that this thing should be there. If you want to make a certain kind of grades to your schools, if you want to show the quality of your school, if you're thinking about my school should be this way, that way, as I want to build it, this kind of education system should be there, administrative system should be there, you have a certain 14 principles, and through this set of 14 principles the thing is what, the total quality management systems are also being developed. We have internally also the points, where first we'll go with the help of a certain 14 points. What are the certain 14 points? Then afterwards we have an explanation into the depth, into the next different 14 slides, and through which type of it you will be getting out the more in knowledge that how the ThinQM systems can be developed, and through that part of it how you can see the improvements. Create constant of a purpose for improvement of a product and services. First, when it is being seen with the help of TQM, so here the constant purpose of improvement of product and services. Okay, so the constant changes you will be seeing into product and services. Adopt new philosophy, new type of changes, new way of requirements you will be seeing. Sees the dependency on inspections to achieve a quality. To achieve a quality, inspections will be also been done, and through way of inspections, the thing is the books are been also being checked, so they'll be even seeing the other managemental system also how it has been working. And the practices of awarding the business on the base of the price alone, where the thing is what certain prices will be also been given to that particular if the quality it has been assured and if it has been proper. Improving the constantly and forever every activities in the organization, constantly improvement they'll be seeing about it if there's any kind of different changes it has been done through the different systems, so that part of it way of attractions and that part of it movements will be also being seen. To improve, why this part of the it has been seen, to improve the quality and the productivity, to see about the quality and productivity how it has been there. Institutes the training on the jobs. Even the thing is what how the they will be even given the institutions a training of a jobs, that how the jobs will be they given to that particular, means the people who are working about it. So they how they will be giving a changes and how they'll be showing a different way of thoughts. Instituting the leaderships. Even this type of leadership quality will be also being seen about it, that how what are leadership quality, how they will be showing themselves, or else how they'll be come up with the ideas and all. So that part of institution leadership quality will be seen. Drive out the fears, means where the thing is what the fear will be also been removed. So here they'll be seeing about it into this pattern, because if you're thinking about the forehead with the new points on that type, so the thing is what the fear will be also seen how to remove the fears, and through that part at least what the quality can be even check about it, and through that part of quality you can give up with the you can come up with the new ideas. You have break down barriers among the staff areas. That is also important, because through that particular way of start, so how the thing, what are barriers you will remove, because into the staff if this particular people are there, so how if there is any kind of barrier, so how you remove to it part of it, so at least what they can at least concentrate on that particular way of work. Eliminates the slogan, exhaustions and targets that demand zero defect and new level of productivity, where if there is any part of some wrong it has been there, or some demanding thing it has been there which doesn't have any kind of meaning, so that thing will be eliminating. Eliminating numerical quotas for the staff and the goal for a management, so this will be also removed on that time. Remove the barriers that rob the peoples of pride in their work. Remove the barriers that rob the peoples in the leadership of their rights to pride in their work. So this has been also been seen, where they'll be removing all those barriers, where if there is any kind of difficulties, or if there is any kind of problems relating to amongst each and every peoples, and if they are having certain kind of barriers relating to where they don't come, where they don't see, or else they have any kind of it where work related certain problems have been created, so that all thing will be eliminated. Institutes a vigorous program of educations and retraining for everyone. Even the thing is certain programs will be also developed, so at least what they can come up with the ideas, and through that part of it at least what they can give certain kind of moves related to that certain part of people, and even a certain retraining system will be also given by everyone, so at least they don't forget, and at least the thing is through which they can show the new way of system. Put everyone in the organizations to work to accomplish the transformation. That is important. Even into these principles, when we are seeing about the dreams of a school, when we are saying about dreams of the schools through the total quality management, so on that time you will be seeing each and every peoples will be involving, and through way of involving they will be giving a transformation, and through each and every people will be involved, they will be seeing a transformation, means they will be seeing a new way of changes, new way of movements relating to this particular work, where at at least through this part of all 14 principles, you will be seeing the good way you can dream your schools, and according to that part of it, finally the thing is what you can develop your principles, and through which part the thing is what the quality will be also being seen to the management. Means here through this 14 principles, your total peoples are been involved, who are the people who are been there about it. So each and every peoples are involved, and through this part of it, you can dream your schools, and finally according to dreaming the school, finally the thing is what you can build your schools once the thing is this all points have been sorted properly, and through this part you can develop the quality assurance of an education system. We'll go ahead with the one points, whatever 14 principles what we have been learned right now. So that into it we have a certain internal also. These are the common steps where you are following this part of it, because this through step only you can do the implementations to build your schools. So that is, we'll go ahead into internals, that like basic, like we have been only seeing the meaning of what is the point, but internally we will be seeing about what exactly the point says about it. So where you can get out the 14 way of principles, you can clear your dimension, and through this part of dimensions you can come out with the ideas. Okay. Now your first, it is what first we have been done, create consistency of a purpose for improving the product and services. Your first point, first principle says about your you need to see the consistency of product and services improvement, okay, development. For the school, the purpose of the system must be cleared and shared by the stakeholders, school boards, members, administrators, teachers, support staff, parents, communities and schools. You can see about it, this for the school, the purpose of the system must be cleared and shared by all stakeholders. Now these are all people who are stakeholders, because through this part only the thing is you can see product and service improvement. So that is why the thing is what here you should shared by the stakeholders this all different type of process, because through this part of process only the continuous improvement will be seen. Customer Customer needs must be focused in establishing the educational aim. That is important. Customer needs must be focused on establishing the education aim. When education related it has been there, so on that time customer preferences should be also there, and customer wants and needs should be fulfilled. The aim of the system must be improve the quality of education for all the students. Here, when it is the quality, when it is being checked about it for the, when it is being seen the students, when the education related it has been there, and when it is an education institution. So here, to each and every students who are being produced there, who are been sorry, who are been there, who are been who have been came. So the quality will be improved by all the people, not with the help of particularly only for the particular students here. Each and every student, their quality will be improved, their performance will be also being checked. So through this only the customer needs and wants will be fulfilled. So first point it is what? Create constant of a purpose for improving the product and services. So your constant improvement will be seen, and through this part of purpose the thing is what the improvement will be seen. The students who are been involved, and through that particular way of students the qualities will be also being checked. So as it has been checked means the customer wants and needs are been also being fulfilled. So this is the first, it is what constant way create consistency of the purpose for the improvement the product and services. Adopt the new philosophy, that is important, means you need to see about the new philosophy. You can come out, means if this person has said this thing, so finally I'll come up through this part of only the thing is, well, I'll adopt and finally I'll come up with the new ideas. I'll accept that part of philosophy. Means if I say, if I go with the this Peter Drucker, so means putting into the mind that how Peter Drucker was there. So again the thing is what I'll also become the same one. So you can have that kind of adopt the new philosophy, because through this part of only the thing is what you can show the quality, how that person has been done. Now through that particular way the thing is what performance was seen. So now if I accept that only that person only philosophy, so how the thing is the new changes will be seen. So that part of it is called adopt the new philosophy. This implementation requires a rethinking of the school missions and priorities with everyone in agreement. Individual differences among the students are addressed. Existing methods, material, environment may be replaced by the new teaching and learning strategy, where success of every student is the goal. Ultimately, what is required, a total transformation of a system of education is we known to. Means here you need to redefine what the thing is, what the school mission and vision were there. What vision and missions, what you are there. Means when you start up with the school, so what are your vision, what are the purpose, what are the objectives when you start up with this part of school. So through this part of way of knowing this thing, you need to redefine the objectives, what a previous people how they have been implemented this particular things to the students, and according to that particular students how they was giving a new way of changes, a new way of upbringing their ideas, and through that part of it the thing is what learning strategies can be also developed, and through this part of strategy the thing is what the students can come to the goal, they can get that particular way of goal, they can achieve the goal also. So that is why here it is what applied the new philosophy. Cease the dependency on inspections to achieve the quality. Now here, cease the dependency on inspections to achieve the quality. Now here, product inspection is the greater abundant. It's always cost more to fix the problem than to prevent one. Reliance on remediations can be avoided if proper intervention occurs during the instruction. Hard start follow through. This intervention strategies can help the students avoid learning problems later. Now here, this part of it sees dependency on inspections to achieve the quality. The word says about it, you need to inspect about it, how the student performance have been performing, whether he's been passed, whether he's been failed. So if it has been passed, so what are the strategies he's been using when he's been getting passed, when he is passed, when if it has been failed, so what are the thing where he has been lacking, and through this part of it he is failing. So here two type of different way of dimensions, here you need to mixture it out, and finally through this part of it, finally the students can even see the performance, and through this part of inspection you can come up with the new way of strategies, and through this part of strategies the thing is what the points will be having a different way of ideas, and through this part of ideas the thing is what you get, the students will be having more major improvements to their particular way of studies and to learning system. End practices of awarding business on the basis of price alone. The lowest bid is rare, the most cost effective. School needs to move towards a single supplement from any one time and develop long-term relationship of loyalty and trust with that supplier. So here it is what, when related to school needs to move towards a single supplier. Your school needs to move to the only single supplier for one time and develop the long-term relationship of loyalties and trust with the supplier. Means here, if they move with only for the one term, so through this part of only one term, the thing is what here, through this part they need to maintain the relationship with the loyal, because through this part of loyalty, trust words, then only the thing is what the developments can be done. So end the practices of awarding businesses on the basis of price alone. So here it is what, whatever the practices are being done, the lowest bids is rate, the most cost effective. If the thing is what, when you do the bidding, so on that time, if you do the lowest bidding, finally the thing is what, that thing is most cost effective, because that will be showing the major priorities to this, and if that shows the major way of performance related to that part of it. So that here the thing is what, the end the practice of awarding the business on basis of the price alone. Here it has been seen that part of particular way of leadership quality. improve constantly and forever every activities in organizations to improve quality and product, that we have been already been seen here. In constantly it has been seen, and why we see, because this forever the production where goods and services are been even seen, and even the quality it has been seen the importance. So that is why we go with the help of improving the constant and forever quality changes, quality activity. The focus of improving the effort in the education is on teaching and learning process. Here the major, when related to improving the constant and forever every activities in the organizations to improve the quality in product. When quality in product it has been seen. So here why we do this part of it. So into this part of principle here the improvements it has been seen through education and even the teaching and learning process, because through this part of only the major ideas will be given. The best strategy must be attempt, evaluate and redefine as need. That this is the important. You need to attempt, you need to evaluate, you need to redefine with the help of this part of idea, because through this part of only the quality changes you can see. And consistent with the learning style, theories and multiple intelligence and assert the school. Here through different styles, different theories, different way of improvements, and through this part of it the thing is what you can develop a school with the help of new ideas, and through this particular way of ideas you can have a constant improvement through the quality assurance, and according to this you can have a quality assurance to that particular way of product, which you can give the major performance, and you can show the major developments to that particular way of requirement. Educator must redesign the systems to provide for a broad range of people, handicap at risk, special needs students, and find ways to make them all success into the school. Now into this, they need to even redesign the people who have a certain kind of broad range of the people. Broad range people means you have a handicap, you have at risk, special needed children's students, and find a ways to make them the success into the school. Means for them also you need to give certain kind of new changes, so at least what they can at least come out with it, and through this part of it the education systems can also be developed. Education is the human right, not a privilege. Okay, this word is already been there into the constitution when we have been learned right to in education. So on that type of it the constitution has been learned this thing. Education is the human rights, means where each and every people should get an education, that is in priority, but it's not a privilege. Okay. Now, a universal standard of an achievement for all the students before permitting them to move to the next level is required to find the ways to make them all the successful in the school. Means here, as it's a universal standard to achieve development, to achieve more different type of tools, different type of techniques, different type of quality assured. So for them part, the thing is what the school should have the successful way of imagination, the successful way of performing each and every duty, because through this only the thing is what the changes will be seen, and the constant way of improvements you can see it about it, and through which part the thing is what the quality can be even checked through this part of a management system, and through which the customer wants and needs will be also be changed. Institute train on the job, that is also being seen about it through institution. Okay, through institution means wherever the schools are been there. So on that particular way of school only the training should be given for the job, for a particular job related the training should also be given to them. So at least what they can at least come up and they can even set their new different type of goal, and finally through that particular way there whatever the skills are been lacking about it, so that particular skills will be also been covered. So that part of it where you can see the quality will be also been improved. Training for an educator is need for the three areas. Now through training and educators, okay, for giving an education, the educators have given the three different type of training, and through this different type of training three areas are been covered. First it is what? Training in the new teaching and learning process, data development. Okay, this is also important because if first time the teacher who have been coming, who have been teaching, so on that time first for them the training should be given, and this part of training, the new teaching techniques, learning techniques, knowledge development techniques, knowledge providing techniques, knowledge giving techniques, This different type of techniques, first the training will be given. Second part of training will be having for the new assessment strategy, the uses of new assessment, how the, if this new term it has been there, so through this new term how different strategies you will be developed, and through this part of strategies, so how you develop the strategies, that has been also been trained. And as a third point, training is a new managemental system providing the continuous professional development for all the school administrators, teachers and support staff. Now here, when related to the training what it has been given, so here it is not only given for only for the teachers, but even for the teachers who have been working over there, even the administrative staff, even the supportive staff, each and every people are giving a training, because through this part of training their improvement, their achievements, their quality, the way of technique, the way of learning process, the way of knowledge will be also being changing, and through this part of all dimensions their total way, their total quality managements will also be set up according to that part of it, and finally the school will be given a certain part of grading, and through this part of grading the thing is what the employee will be even graded according to that way. First we teach them the basic. Now here when training it is given, so on that time you can see the picture also, employee training here it has been given. So on that time first we teach them the basics, because through this part of training the thing is what the basic things are being taught, and through this basic way of principles the thing is what the managements are being set up, and through this part of it the school and institutions will be also set up in the different types of strategies. Institute leadership, okay, here when it has been given a equality and equity, here the two things you can see it about in the diagram. Equality, it is what we all people are equal, but when related to this particular about it, when equality it is equity it has been said, means we all people are equal. So this type of system should there into the leadership when we are talking about leadership. So institutes the leadership here, the educators, even the administrators, the people who have been supporting staff, so that for all that people this type of quality should also been developed through the management. Improvement of the stable system comes from the altering the system itself, and this is the managemental job. The main primary job it is what to improve the leadership quality, the leadership with the help of new way of changes through this particular area. The primary task of leadership is to narrow the amount of variation within the system, bringing everyone towards the goal of the perfection. Now each and every people the main why leadership this quality should be there, where each and every people will be setting their goal, and each and every people whatever the goal will be there, it will be equal. Now this means bringing everyone towards bringing everyone towards the goal of learning for all, removing achievement gaps for all population group, a movement to excellency and equity, means where through this, from equality the equity word comes, because through this part only the goal has been achieved. So that is why this institutes the leadership. This type of leadership quality should also be developed, because through this part of only the thing is what the movements, the excellency can also be have different type of dimensions and different type of changes. Now here, we have learned the institution of leadership. Drive of the fears, this is also been seen, because if the fears it has been gone, if the stage fear it has been gone, so that is why this type of also it is being checked when this part of principle when it is being seen about it. People generally wants to do their best, this is the thing. The focus on improvement efforts then must be in the process and on the outcomes, not only trying to blame the individual for the failures. Here Here the people who are being failures, they have directly points to that particular about it, but each and every people think about it to give their best, but the main focus it is what the person who has been failures, that all the people will be pointing them morely, and they only blames to that particular about it, so that is what it should be less. If the quality is absent, the fault it is in the system. It is the managemental jobs to enable the peoples to do their best by the constant improvement system in which they work. Now here it is not like that the system is wrong. Here the thing is what the system is wrong. But the thing is what how the system will be wrong, because here the quality it has been not seen. The quality it has been absent here. Now how the quality will be given an important, because if the system it has been proper, you set up with the new ideas, or else the thing is the person who has been lacking through this particular it, so give them the training. So if the training it has been given to that particular about it, so that if the training it has been given properly to that particular it, so ultimately the thing is what he will drive out the fear, means his fear will be also been lost, the stage fear will be gone, and finally he will be coming with the new ideas. So this part is also being given in priority into the quality, because this with the help of this only the thing is the quality will be also giving that part of it assurance to have that part of it attraction more and more, where this part of principle where quality it is being checked through the fear also. Now, drive of fears. Fears create an insurmountable barriers to improvement of any system. Okay, fear is that part of it where the thing is what this part of barriers, through which part of barriers the thing is what the improvements you can done through the system. In school, faculties and staff are oftenly afraid to point out the problem because they fear their blame. So usually you can see in the schools, faculties and staff, they have been afraid about it, like if they some people will be pointed to me if this kind of problems will be there. So this has been checked. School leaders at all the level needs to communicate that staff suggestions are valued and rewarded, and means if this part of problems it has been, and if you want to leave that type of fear, so ultimately give them the opportunities to learn. And even through this, the leader, whoever the leaders are been there, the leader should train that particular thing, and finally through that part of it give them the task, and through that part of task he can come up with the ideas, he can come up with the new thoughts. If he comes up with this type of different type of system, so finally the thing is what, give them the reward, give them the certain part of points related through which he can give a different type of developments to this. Now you can say benefit for driving out of fears, before how he was, and finally the thing is what how he was. So this part of way where you can see you can drive their fears, and through this part of it you can develop the management also. Break down barriers among the staff areas. Okay, if there is certain kind of barriers into their staff, so on that time you should break down, because through this only the thing is what the relation will be made. You can you can mutually you can come together, mutual understanding, and through this part of mutual understanding the staff and the each and every people will come together, and through that particular it you can develop a different type of strategy. Related to the first principle, in the classroom, this principle applies to the interdisciplinary instrument, team teaching, writing across is the curriculum and transfer of learning. So these are the different principles. The first principle of this will be to develop in classroom the interdisciplinary instrument, that is called team teaching. Okay, team teaching will be there. Writing across the curriculum and transferring the teaching, transfer and the learning. This part of system is also being seen about it, the first principle. Collaboration needs to exist among the people of the learning organization so that the total qualities can be maximized. In school, total quality means promoting the learning of all. Now here, it is not like that, you should be totally break down that only not the learning system is not only for one person, it is for each and everyone. So here you need to break down that this is for this is for that, it is not for my, it is for others, it is for others. So here it is for each and every people. So this part of it, the things you should break down, where the instructions will be for team, teachers, learners, transferer, curriculum ones, for learning. Each and every people will be having that part of system, because through that particular way of system only the thing is what the barriers will be also been leaving, and finally the thing is each and every people will be collaborated, and finally the new way of systems and new way of developments will be also been set properly. Now here, you have a 10th principle that is eliminating the slogans, extortions and target that demand zero defect and new level of productivity. Means here, this thing should be totally eliminated, the slogans, the extortions and the target that demand zero. Means through which this part of it, the thing is it will be showing the zero part. So finally this all the things you need to eliminate it, and then finally new level of productivity you need to show. Implicity in most slogans, extortion's target is the supposition that the staff could do better if they tried harder. This often rather than inspire the team. Now through this, at least motivates the people if there is a certain kind of good quality it has been sent to, different type of new techniques are been there, so ultimately motivates the people to the different areas, because if this type of different areas, if the people are being motivated, the thing is what the developments will be also being seen, and through this part of development new way of changes will be also been given. It create adversarial relationship because the many causes of low quality and the low productivity in the schools are due to the systems and not for the staff. Now the thing is what this type of relationship, if you are mending, it will be developed, because if this type of relationship it has been developed, so it is not a responsibility of the staff, it is a responsibility of the system, because if the system is only not properly, so how the staff will be there? Because if the system will be saying doing this thing, doing that thing, develop this type of principles, develop this type of settings, so if this part of it has been there, so ultimately the thing is what the principles will be also developed, and through that part of it the thing is what the principle will, through this part of it the principal will be having new parts of ideas, new part of development through this part of it. So that is why this all the things to be eliminated, and finally you need to have that part of level where the productivity should also be seen. The system itself may needs to be changes. Educators tend to use a lot of slogans and general principles. Typical, so keep the main things, the main things. Keep the main things, the main things. Okay, here the thing is what the system it has been may needs to be changed, because already have been said na, the staff it has been not needs to change, but the thing is the system should be changed. If the system if it has been changed, then afterwards a general principle, general slogans you can need to start up, and finally through this part of slogans finally all children can learn. You can see this type of charts what I have been pictures what I have been kept here. All the children can learn, means each and every people through this particular way, where the system if it has been going properly, so ultimately there won't be any kind of problem. This slogan refers to keeping the students the focus on discussions. Another slogan is all children can learn. Slogans such as this serves a target in the school organization. Now you can see if this kind of pictures are there, if this kind of slogans are there, so here through this part of it, it will be motivated more and more, and through this part of it the education system will be also developing, because if this part of system it has been developed, so new changes, new way of dimensions will be also been seen, and this part of it, if this part of changes and if this part of dimension it has been there, then afterwards the thing is there won't be any kind of problems ahead through going into the easier and the smallest way of equations. Eliminating the numerical quotas for the staff and the goal for the management. Now you're told when related to numerical way of quotas, here it is being talked about it, you need to eliminate. There are many practices in education that constrain our abilities to tap intrinsic motivations and falsely assume the benefit of intrinsic reward. Now here intrinsic motivation should be, means internal way of motivation should be there, but here the thing is what when related to external here falsely it has been represented. So that is why the thing is what if it has been falsely represented the external way of reward, so here that thing should be eliminated. They include rigorous and systematic teachers evaluation system, merit pay, management by objectives, grade, quantity, goal and quota. This thing should be there. They need to have a systematic way of teaching, way of learning. They see about, they evaluate the teachers, way of system, the way of how they perform, how they behave, how the management performs each and everything. So here the thing is what the teacher way of priorities will be also being checked. Even the thing is what the MBO system, where the management by an objective, that the organization, that the people who the objectives have been built or not through this part of management system, gradings and quantitative way of techniques, the goals and the quotas, it has been seen here, how the goals are being there and how the quota system will also be there. If this type of all system it has been developed properly, so there won't be any kind of problems, and you can apply the proper way of staff way of development, and through this particular way the system will be also been developing more and more. This dimension refers to the focus on instruction, and such approaches for counterproduct for several reasons. Setting goals and marginal leads for the marginal performance, merit pay destroyed the teamwork, appraisal for the individual performance nourished the fears and increasing the variability of desired performance. If this part of system it has been came properly, and if this part of system and staff it has been developed properly, so ultimately the thing is what the marginal performance will be also being seen. Through this part of it, the pay can be also been given, and through this part of it, new way of systems can be also been developed. So that is why this all the systems should also been developed properly. If beyond to that it has been going on, you need to eliminate, because if it has been not eliminated, so you cannot achieve the goal also. Remove the barriers that robs people of pride in their work. So, okay, like certain barriers, if the people who are been robbing their wants and needs, so if they're changing out, if they're snatching, so remove that kind of pride. Remove the barriers of the people of the leadership also, if the rights to prides to their work. Most people wants to do the good job. Okay, effective communication and eliminating of demotivators such as lack of inform means if the year it is what each and every people have been motivated for the good job, but the thing is what certain way of things which are been eliminated. Okay, that is lack of involvement. Your people are not having involvement, to this the thing is what the people are being demotivated. Poor information what it has been given, the annual or a merit rating, supervisor who don't care are criticals. Okay, this has been also been seen. So here the thing is what your there are you need to just remove the barriers from the people who are been having who are have this kind of fear. So you need to remove that thing, because that only will show the new dimensions to the way of total qualities management related system, and through this part of only the people will be having the more motivations related to that particular thing. So like the people who are been lack involvement, poor information, annual or a merit rating, supervisor who don't care the critical. So if this kind of system it is being there, so that part of it barriers should be also been covered. And finally the thing is what the new way of information, new way of productivity should be also being seen. Now, and the 13th point, institutions a vigorous program of education and retraining for everyone. So your institutions should develop this part of it, this kind part of a program of an education, where the thing is what through this education, the thing is what the retraining system of everyone will be also developed. The principals and staff may be retrained in the new methods of school-based management, including group dynamic, consent building, collaboration system of decision making. Means here this all people will be having an involvement, and through this part of involvement the school based management system it has been developed. All the stakeholders on the school team must be realized the importance in the students achievements will create higher level of responsibility, not less responsibility. Now here if each and every people are having the involvement, so finally the thing is the stakeholders on the school team must realize the importance in the school in the students. Through this part of system, the students' way of involvement, the students' way of interactions will be also created, and through this way, the thing is what the level of responsibility will be also changed. Because if the thing is the people are the stakeholders are getting properly trained, they are retrained. So on that time, through retrain, if there is any kind of new concept, if there is any kind of new points, they can come up with that part of it, and finally through that part of it, the thing is what their responsibility will be also developed, and finally through this part of responsibility, the quality will be be also been checked, the quality will be also been having that part of development. Put everyone in the organizations to work to accomplish the transformation. Now here, each and every people involvements, and through this part of involvements only the thing is what the transformations can be seen, the development can be seen. The school boards and superintendent must have the clear plan of actions to carry out the quality mission. The quality mission must be internalized by all the members of the school organization. Now here, the superintendent will be each and every people, the school board and superintendent, each and every people will be involved, and finally through this part of involved the clear-cut idea on a quality missions. Okay, each and every people having the idea into the quality missions. Quality mission must be interlaced by the members of all the school organization, the people who are been involved, school board members, administrator, teachers, support staff, teachers, parents and communities. The transformations is everybody, it's everybody's job. The changes, transformation, it is what the changes. The changes, it is for the everybody's point of it. Put everybody in the organizations to work, they accomplish the quality. Quality is the job of everyone. Everyone works for the transformations, the company. So means you can see about this chart that each and every peoples are involving, and through this part of involvement, finally the thing is what the transformations you can see. You have seen the 14 principles also, the different principles. Now, through this part of principles, you have already seen about the 14 principles. You got to know the idea about each and every principle says something else. And through this part of it, each and every people's involvement, each and every people's requirement, education through learning, through developing skills, through developing knowledge, each and every point has been seen. And through this part of it, the thing is what management system has also been developed. Now here, a quality management system is, what is a quality management system is? A belief in the employability to solve a problem. Okay, what is exactly the management system means? Where you have any kind of quality related problems, so like you need to give a solution. Believe that the people doing the work are the best able to improve. Okay, here the people whoever are involved into this particular way of system, they are giving their best, they are giving their importance. A belief that everyone is responsible for their quality. Here, the belief it is what each and every people who are having those responsibility, and through this part of responsible, the quality what they are developing, it is the people have been responsible for that quality. So here the three different type of concept which shows about the quality management system for the improvement. Now, the history here, how the dimension of the concept of 14 principle has been developed, how it has been developed. Understanding and appreciation of a system, why we do this part of system and why this part of principle, it has been, principle are been set up where you can have proper way of understanding and appearance of a system, proper way of it. Optimizing subsystem, suboptimus, the total system, the majority of defect comes from the system, the responsibility of management through machines not is the good order, defective materials. Here through this part of it, it's not doing, here the people who have been involved into that part of it, and finally they are having certain kind of ideas related to motivations, leadership quality. So through this part of dimensions, the thing is what the quality, it has been, the knowledge it has been performed. Knowledge of a statistic, the people who are having a statistical knowledge, that is variation, capability, uncertainties in data, etc. To identify whether the problems are, and the point managers and work towards solution. The problems are being, whatever the problems are being faced through this particular way of variations to that particular thing. Then afterwards, how managers come up with the ideas, and through this part of ideas, the different type of solutions are being developed. Knowledge of psychology, that is called the motivations. Here through this part of system, even motivation system has also been developed. People are afraid of falling and not being recognized, so they fear how the data will be used against them. So this part of it is, even it isn't motivated, so how they'll be having if there is any kind of problem. So through this part of problems, they get afraid, and through that part of afraiding system, how the thing is what they'll be showing a changes. Theory of knowledge, what our particular way of knowledge they shows about it. Understand the management in any form is a prediction, and it's based on the assumption. So here it is based on the prediction here, and even it's based on the assumption. These are the two different types of quality where the thing is what the quality management history has been set up, and through this part of system, the 14 principles who have been set up with the help of this type of knowledge system, and through this part of knowledge system, the new way of development, the new way of techniques of keeping the quantitative and qualitative way of data to be secured properly, and finally through this part of it, the thing is what the administrators, the schools, the board, the people who have been involved, the stakeholders you can say about it, whoever are involved, and they are coming out with their ideas, they're coming out with the solutions, they're coming with the new dimensions. Through this part of it, they are setting up the knowledge system also. So that is what this is one type of an history where you can say about it, where quality and quality of management it has been assured. Elements of success. Now here, when we are going about the total quality management systems, when we are having major involvements into the system, so here we need to see about the success. What a success says about it, because to come up with this part of quality management, so you should know about it. What are the major, what do you mean by what are the elements of a success? If you want to gather a success, so what are the elements which has been used? Management supports and involvement, that is important. You have a top management who are the people who have been involved. Mission statement, already each and every people are having their missions where you forecast with the help of future. Proper planning, that is important. People who are involved, and finally you plan according to that way. Customers and bottom line focus, all the people who are into the bottom and even customer, their improvements. Measurements, your measurements is also being seen. Empowerment means shared leadership, where how the leadership quality has been developed. Teamwork, effective meetings, okay, where effective meetings and teamworks have been there. Continuous process improvement, your through success if there has been there. So finally you need to have a different way of improvements to that part of it. Dedication, resources and training, proper way of dedications to that part of it, and training should be also been developed. So these are the different part of system through which the education, through which the thing is what you can come, you can develop the quality assurance also, and even you can develop the quality management. Now, the awarded, now organization, whenever it is being said about it, now here award criteria framework, organization profile, when the work, when it is being seen about total quality management, usually to the organization, this all are the different process, and through different process the thing is what organization profile it has been developed. How organization profile can be developed? Through environment, relationship and challenges. So here first the thing is what the leadership it has been developed, and through this part of leadership quality the thing is what the second that is called through leadership quality the thing is what strategies can be planning, can do the planning through this way. As the planning it has been done, finally you need to have a customer and the market focus, because that is important. As you see the customer market focus about that thing, so finally the thing is what you can come with the help of the human resources and developments through this part of it. Okay, you can see each and every people's are, you can see through arrows how it has been interrelated to each and every one. Through that part of human resources development, you have a process, and through this two process, finally the business results are been there. So here you can see environment, relationship and challenges, information analyzing and knowledge management, because all those this all process which shows the development of an organization, and through which the thing is what the system can have major and major improvement, because each and everything it has been planned. The work it has been given by the team wise, and it has been segregated by each and every people, it has been given by the each and every people. So they can come up with the ideas, they can come up with their managemental thoughts, they can come up with the different data systems. So through this part of system, finally the thing is what it's involved, and finally the thing is what the organization profile it's also being showing with the different dimension, and through which the thing is the quality can be also being checked properly. Now, I was talking about into the starting, that was IOSI 9000. What is an IOSI 9000? That is International Organization for Standardization. Means if your all major principles, whatever we have been learned, all the qualities it has been proper, all the thing it has been proper. Finally, the thing is what the sessions, the series gives a certain kind of standardization, that it create a certain kind of standardization means that gives the quality related. This is a way of quality, and finally through this part of quality will give the grading system through this, that is called IOSI 9000. Adopted. Now this part of system, when it was started in 1987. More than 100 countries this part of system it has been there. A prerequisite for the global competition. Why this part of system it has been developed through the quality, through which you can have which you can face the competitive world related to the global wise, you can face a competition. It's directed you documents what you do, and they do as your documents. Here it is the main, they direct you, you give us the documents, and finally what documents what you give it to us, finally the thing is what we show different part of way of system and different way part of looks to that particular thing, and if it is having the new concept. Now here at each and every point of it, they have been kept the series, and through this part of series they give the grading system. It started with 9,000, we have 9,001, 9,002, 9,003. Each and every part where the thing is what the quality related certain new changes have been seen. Now into the first 9,001, the model for a quality assurance design, they see the design, production, installations and servicing. So this has been seen with the help of 9,001. When it is there in 9,002, the production and installation has given a priority. If this it has been proper, they give this part of certificates, this is part of quality assurance related standardization. If there is 9,003, model for quality assurance final inspectional test. Now through this part of each particular way, the thing is what the grading, the quality system it has been given, and through this part of quality system it has been given the standardization of particular way of product and particular way of quality it has been checked, and through this part the thing is what the total quality management has been given the new way of dimensions to that particular way of management the system, and through which the thing is what the product has given a major priorities to that part of it. Now, the three forms of certifications already have been said. The first party, the firm audits itself against the ISI 9000 standard. Here the audit system it has been done, because whatever the dimension, 14 dimension what we have been learned, soft and hard skills what we have been learned. So here the thing is what they see about the audit, they do the audit, and through that part of audit finally that part of certification and that part of grading system it has been done by the party. Second party, a customer audits its suppliers. Even this part of also been seen where customers audit its suppliers. Here, how the customer see about each and everything, and how the supplier sees each and everything. Third, a qualified national or international standard or certified agency serves as audit. Now, as certain qualified auditors who come into that part of it, and finally through this part of it, they have a different type of changes, different type of movements related to that thing. So the third parties who have been involved, and through this part of it, all three people qualified related, and this forms of certification it has been given through way of quality. Now, usually the whatever the awards are there, which should be pursued first. Wait, this. Now, the cost of the quality means here when you are seeing about it, the cost of the quality here when the quality is related, when it is being checked about it. So here appraisal cost, prevention cost, internal failure cost, and external failure cost. These are the different type of cost when it has been calculated, and through this part of calculations the thing is what the measurements are being done according to that part of it how they require, and through this part of it the thing is what the whatever the management systems whatever it has been built, so that part of management system finally the thing is what the reward it has been given to that particular way of cost, and that is that particular way of quality. Now, for the poor quality category, for example, now usually when it is being seen here, if there is any kind of poor quality, for example, here the grading system it is not given to that particular way, here the each and every point it is being checked here. Now, here when failure cost of internal, what are the internal way of cost? Reshipping, unnecessary traveling time, repicking, unpacked reorder time, equipments crediting time. This is just an example what I'm telling to you. External loss of sale, compliances, returns, warranty gland, prevention cost, quality administration, planning, system designing, calibrations and maintenance, production implementation, inspection, vendor assessment, quality training. Appraisal cost, that is income tests and inspections, in process inspection, final inspection, sampling procedures, quality audit. Now in each and every particular way, this type of the cost of the poor quality category, this type of it has been seen about it. So on that time the grading system it has been not given, because your each and every point it has been checked properly, and through this part of only checking the thing is what the work and the each and every work it has been graded, it has been checked, and to this part of only the quality system has been given an importance to that particular way of requirement. Now here, continuous improvement process. This is what manufacturing distribution management, where continuous managemental process improvement when it is being seen. So here, through this part of it, each and every work it has been given, and through this part of work, the thing is what, new way of variations, new way of ideas where it has been coming up, and then finally the thing is improvement has been covered. Now we'll be learning with the help of Six Sigma. What is the mean by Six Sigma? Whatever we have been learned right now, okay, through TQM, okay, what we got to know what is TQM, how the TQM it has been performing, the different dimensions, through this different dimension, how the improvements have been done. Here all the stakeholders have been involved, and through that part of particular stakeholders, finally the thing is what, this particular way of things are been covered up, and through that particular way of covering up an ideas, finally the thing is what, new type of settings it has been coming. Six Sigma is a setting, techniques and tools for a process improvement. It's developed by the Motorized in 1986. Now here the thing is what, previously when it was only for the TQM, now through this type of TQM, the thing is what, they have been set up with the this only way of new dimensions, that is called a Six Sigma. So this is why this type of techniques it has been used, where the tools and process improvement it has been said. Now here through the Six Sigma, the thing is the process improvement it has been seen about it, that what are the process and what are the tools you are using about it. Through this part of also the qualities are being checked here. So this is was developed in the Motorized in 1986. The father of Six Sigma introduced his quality improvement methodology to Motorola. Okay, so this was the father, that was Sir Bill Smith, who is the father of the Six Sigma, who started with this part of it, and finally through this part of it, quality improvement was checked through the methodological, means different type of research techniques in the Motorola. Is now enormous brand in the world of corporate development. Now here, to the corporate way of development, this type of Six Sigma way, currently it has been used in each and every part of system to develop the corporate system and to develop the corporate way of quality, because through this only the thing is what, new developments, new transformations you can see about the changes. So that is this type of Six Sigma settings it has been done currently. Sweeping cultures. What is a Six Sigma? It's a sweeping culture changes efforts to position a company for a greater customer satisfaction, profitability and competitiveness. Now usually what do you mean by this Six Sigma? It's a one type of sweeping way of culture, means whatever it has been there, it's certain giving rechanges, new transformation, new way of developments to the companies, where customer satisfactions, and second part the profitability and competitiveness, you can you are coming with through these ideas, and finally you are taking care through this particular thing, and you are having that part of showing that part of improvement. So usually into this Motorola, the latest 1970, they have been started with this part of it, Six Sigma quality. The goal of near perfections in the meeting customer requirements. Now here main net is what a customer wants and needs to be fulfilled. So that is why the thing is this is called, that is why this Six Sigma was been created. The comprehensive flexible system for achieving the sustaining and maintaining the business success, unequally driven by close understanding the customer needs, discipline used of fact, data, statistical analyzing, and deleging attentions to managing improvements and reinventions business process. Now here, why this type of system it has been developed, where flexible and systematical way of development will be there. Second part, where customer needs and wants will be also been checked, and how the needs and wants will be checked as through statistical data will be also being calculated, and through that part of it the thing is the management improvements can be done. Through this part of it you can come up with the reinventions with the business process, new invention with the new type of development. Here the thing is the main thing will be of corporate images, to develop a corporate images. That is why this type of Six Sigma quality will be also be checked with the help of doing a certain type of testing. I have the characteristic of Six Sigma. The characteristic of Six Sigma will be developed by the statisticals, and second it is called the methodological approach. What are the statistical quality control? The Six Sigma is a clear derived from the Greek letter sigma, from the Greek alphabet, which is used to denote the standard deviation statistic. Standard deviation is used to, means here statistical of quality control when it is being checked here. So here usually we use the Six Sigma. So here the sign here letter it has been given to you, okay, and through this part of it the thing is what that, and that denotes to you the standard deviation. What is standard deviation? It's used to measure the variance, which is an important tool for measuring non-conformance as far as the quality of output is concerned. When quality related, output related, when it will be there, when quality it has been checked through the output, you want to check the output. So this type of markings, this part of statistical marking, that is also called the standard deviation, and through that part of standard deviation, finally the thing is the calculations you can see, you can give the variances to that particular way of the amount or that particular way of graph. So that is what this part of statistical quality control it is being checked. Methodological, the Six Sigma is not merely a quality improvement strategy in the theory. As the effect is well-defined methodological approach. It is not only related to quality improvement strategy, but the thing is what, it's an application of DMAIC and DMADV, which is used to improve the quality of production. Okay, now when these are the two measure, when methodological it has been said about it, it is not only with the help of improving the strategies, but here the thing is what, to show certain kind of methodological terms. What are different types of, what the two type of methodological terms what are involved? When it has been DAMIC, which has been that design, measure, analyzing, improve and control. It has been checked this thing. When I'm telling about DMDV, that is called design, measure, analyzing, design and verify. These are the two way of versions, and through this two way of versions, the thing is what, the changes, the way of movement, this way of statistical way of changes, the way of statistical tools, and through that part of it involvement, the thing is what, the methodological term has given an importance to that particular way of Six Sigma related. Now, the fact and the data-based approach. Now here you have more to approach, that is fact and database approach. The statistic and methodological aspects of Six Sigma shows the scientific based on techniques. This advances as important aspects of Six Sigma, that is the fact and database. The Six Sigma data, whenever it has been prepared, so ultimately it has been prepared on the fact and it is covered with the help of database. Means here it has been seen about what it is going into the market, and finally according to that market the data are being calculated. So through that part of both approach, finally the Six Sigma data it has been set up. Project and objective based, where project how it has been and what are the basic objectives it has been seen, and through that particular way the thing is what, the implementation it has been done. The Six Sigma process is implemented by the organization project tailored to its specifications and requirements. The process is fleets to suits the requirements and conditions in which the project is operated to get the best result. Now here through that part of it implementation, if you want to see about it, how the implementation is going on, they see about the objectives, and through this part of objectives finally the projects are being calculated. Apart from this, the Six Sigma is also an objective based. The management needs some incentives to invest in Six Sigma process. It is an aim to enhance the profitability and generate the finance. So like into the organization, whenever it has been there, so this Six Sigma should also produce, should give, should put the money to develop a different part of changes, and through that part of changes you can see that part of involvement. Now you can see about it as we are learning about Six Sigma. So as I'm using the word here organization, so that organization is an education, because this part of education, into the education system, this part of system is also been given a priorities where you come up with the ideas, new suggestions, new way of developments to it, because from this only the thing is what, the quality will be also been have that part of priorities, that we having that part of changes also, and that part of requirements will be showing more major and major improvements, and based on different type of methodological terms and to based on different type of functions also. I have one more, that is customer focus. The customer focus is the fundamentals to Six Sigma approach. The quality improvement and control standard are based on customer requirements. So your control standard, when it has been named about it, so customer focus will be there, major and majors to develop the development to measure with the help of different type of new terms and new parts of ideas. Teamwork approaches to the quality management. So your team way, when using the Six Sigma, each and every people will be having an improvements, and that part of improvements, the thing is what the people will be having that part of it achievements. The Six Sigma process require organizations to organize when it comes to the control improvement quality. The Six Sigma actually involves a lot of training depending on the role of an individual in the quality managemental techniques. So this part of managemental teams related, if this part of teams related has been there, so ultimately the teamwork approach should be there, means each and every people involvement should be there, because if this part of involvement, if it has been there properly, then the thing is what the attractions, the way of interaction will be people, and through which you can improve more and more and better to the new way of controlling system. And because if this type of controlling system it has been developed, so ultimately the quality will be also being given a priorities, and it will be given a certain part of changes also. Now the objectives, what are the objectives, why the thing is we develop this type of Six Sigma quality? Okay, overall business improvement, why we do? First, to develop the business properly. Six Sigma methodologically focus on the business improvement, renowned reducing the number of defects present in given numbers of products. So ultimately new changes, new way of development. So business improvement means in education institutions development, that is why we perform this part of it. Remedies defect and variability. Any business seeks improve the number, must reduce the number of defect products and services produced. Defect products can harm the customer satisfaction level. If certain defection it has been there, if it is an improvement, the people will be involving more and more. But if it has been defecting, if there are certain defects, ultimately the thing is what the people will not involve more and more, and finally the thing is it will be graded into the less. So that is why the thing is what this part of Six Sigma main objectives will be there. Defect whatever it is in it due to be removed, and finally through that part of it give out with the help of new ideas which you can give that part of developments to it. And through this part of it where overall business involvement in improvements will be also being seen. That is this will be the two major objectives to set up with the Six Sigma. Reduce the cost, that is important. It's equally increasing profit. Okay, if you reduce the cost, so ultimately you will get a profit. A company implementation Six Sigma principle has to look to reduce the cost wherever it's possible can without reducing the quality. Your cost you need to reduce, but the quality you need to maintain, that only. So that will be grading more and more, and finally to that part of it the thing is what improvements you can see. So that is why here the word it is in written here, reduce the cost. Improving the cycle timing and reduction in the amount of a time it takes to produce a product or perform a services means money saved both in the maintaining the cost and personal wages. So here you need to save the money, but it is not like that to save the money and finally you give the worst way of quality. Here it is what you save the money, and through this part you maintain the cost also. Second part, your personal wages will be also being covered up with the help of this part. Additional customer satisfaction improves when both retailers and end users receive product sooner than expectation. The company that can get a product to its customer faster may to their business. So ultimately here how customers are getting their product properly into the certain particular way of time. So the business has also been set properly, and finally customers are also getting their fast way of movement. So this has been also been checked. That is called improving the cycle timing. The way of changes, the way of giving a different type of way of setting up with the help of an ideas. Increasing customer satisfaction, that is also important. Customer satisfaction is depend on successful solution of a Six Sigma objectives, but customer satisfaction is an objectives of their own. So your customer satisfaction should also be developed, because if customer satisfaction will be developing, so ultimately through this part of it objectives, the thing is what the company performance will be also being seen, the company improvements will be also being seen. Through this part of it the quality will be also measured, and according to that part of it the thing is what the managements will be graded according to that part of requirements. When we was using the word Sigma methodology, first whatever we have been used, that was the objectives related, the practical way. What are the two project way of methodological? You have DMIC and DMA-DV. The methodological composed of 5 way of compulsions. Okay, 5A of the people who have been involved into this, and through wave 5, the thing is this type of dimensions, the thing is what the work it has been seen. When we are saying about DMAIC, is used to is used for a project aimed at improving an existing business process. DMAIC, why this part of methodological is used for the project aim to improve the existing business process, to improve the existing way of different business process, to develop more and more. So that is with this type of system what we use. Your DMADV, it is for using for creating a new product, new way of dimensions, new way of product or a process designing, new way of changes. So this is what project aim related, what existing. This will be for the existing one and this will be for the new product changes, new product development. So that is why these are the two way of methodological way of process, and through way of methodological process, Six Sigma develops according to this way. If already existing it has been there, so how you set up and find. And if there is no any kind of existing, if you're creating a new way of product or product design, so what are the different thoughts you'll be putting on that time? So these are the two way of dimensions what we have been seeing here. It's DMAIC and DMADV. Now, when we are using with the help of DMAIC, okay, where already existing products are already been there. So here, through this, you need to define, you need to measure, analyze, improve and control. This all system should be there. And through this part of it system, finally the thing is what? You need to define